Hey guys, welcome to our episode 4 review for Miss Marvel. Other Joe's on vacation, so he'll be back. He was spared this episode. So welcome back. I do want to say that what's interesting that the like ratio on our last video for Miss Marvel is, again, one of our lowest. 77%. And when I was watching this, it was all happening like an impossibly short amount of time to where like nobody's even watched the video. So I just don't know why, if anybody sees Miss Marvel, boom, immediately downvoted. It's weird. And I noted that phenomenon. I don't know if it's a bot that crawls YouTube or whatever, but I noted that same phenomenon when we posted episode 1 and 2 when the series was literally out for nobody. So it continues. So welcome to our next lowest rated video, simply because we are covering Miss Marvel. However, maybe some of you will be happy to hear that I did not enjoy this one quite as much. I feel like this episode was a bit of a letdown, a bit of a meh. Interestingly enough, IGN put this episode in a 9 out of 10. I'm like, wow, I couldn't disagree anymore. I felt like the focus is in the wrong areas. Like, I don't care about introducing new characters at this point. The Red Daggers, I don't care at all about the Red Daggers. I don't care about our cousins in Pakistan. I don't care about this really weak chase sequence and this fight amongst these underground assassins who have been protecting a secret this whole time. It's so tropey. I knew, and we have mentioned this in our previous episodes, that we were concerned that it would go in this direction, or that the tropes would just be nonstop. And so far, it's nonstop. And it's somewhat losing me here, because I do care about all the characters that you've already established. I care about Kamala. I care about Bruno. I care about, her father, her mother. I'm sitting there, I'm watching a scene where her mother is massaging her grandmother's leg, and they're just talking, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? This is a family sitcom is what it is. It's not a superhero show. And I feel like it's too much in that direction. Too many scenes with characters that I don't care about. Too many new characters that I don't care about. And then I got to talk about it. It's becoming an issue. Her powers. I hate them. They are so lame. Yes, I'm not one of those that's like, oh, the Inhuman storyline is not coming to fruition. Fuck this, or But I'm not that, but now I kind of wish, maybe that was a thing to spice it up a little bit more, but it's not interesting. So when she's in her action sequences, when she's utilizing her powers, I am so underwhelmed, and I think it's goofy, and I think it's not satisfying. So again, whereas last episode, Alex was, this is not for me. Now I'm boarding that train. I don't know. It's not really for me, because it seems to be conflicted on what it wants to be. So I felt like this was a bit of a miss. What do you feel like?
Yeah, I think that I'll start with some of the positives. I do think that them trying to explain the history from the Pakistani side, when we're talking about partition, the separating of the countries and the religions, is really interesting. So I do like the history. We had a complete and total setting change, though, in episode 4. We had a complete and total character change. All of the main characters outside of Miss Marvel and sort of her mother are completely new in this episode. Yeah. And we were just building up rapport with them. You're just kind of getting attached to them. And now it's like,
you just yanked me out of the whole thing.
There's a third fucking teen romance option. There's 3
God,
now.
Alex,
4
I'm
episodes.
Like, please, no, don't do this. And they do it. A third love interest.
So now
this new assassin guy.
So we've got a new one. She's fighting with her
Pakistani ninja.
She's fighting with her best friend over text message on the airplane. Her friend won't talk to her anymore. And I said, like, look, if we get in the...
That's the drama I care about.
Yeah.
I care about that friend. I want to go back to that. This whole Pakistani side mission, to me, was...
Yeah. So they're leaning really hard into, like, the young adult shit that I just don't care about at all. I don't like that she's fighting with her friend. Now, fortunately, it was really short, right? There was only one scene where it shows that her friend's not answering any of her text messages. Fine, that's on. But now we have a new there's a new young guy that she's into and his group of friends, and he's introducing her to biryani in a bag and all these other things. It's like
Have you had that, by the way?
biryani. Oh, I make amazing biryani.
Jesus Christ! It's
Yeah.
just, like just some random dish on the
No,
side of Pakistani.
that's
Pakistan
not random.
you've
That
had.
like yeah,
Oh,
no, that's
okay.
biryani's like the thing. I put the dough around the. I was taught the right way. You put the dough around the
Is
lid.
it spicy? She was worried about.
No,
it being
no, it's not
spicy.
spicy.
Okay.
There's lots of like fried onions and shallots in there. It's really really good.
Oh, okay.
So delicious stuff.
Maybe we shall make some for ourselves.
Best part of the episode was them
The
eating
food.
biryani in a bag, around a campfire.
I hated that scene, by the way. I was rolling my
Okay.
eyes. I'm like, really? We're gonna do the fucking guitar around the campfire
New hot
next to
guy.
the riverbed. Shut up.
She's staring at his face in the moonlight while
Oh, my
eating her thing. It's like, dude, stop it. I
Stop
just don't.
this.
This is not what I care about.
Sloth baby. Yeah. So, unfortunately, this episode was a mess, and all these new characters with that are not compelling. They're not interesting. You just did a great job setting up Kamala, making me like, hey, I really like this actress. I like Kamala. I like her dad. I like her mom. I like the Bruno. Okay, I'm gonna get a little CW. That's fine. It is teen. This are for teens, right? It reminds me of Spider-Man and stuff. But it lost me when we come over here and do this side quest, and then it lost me even more when we're going. By the end of the episode, you get a time jump, and now we're in a different time period, and I'm like, okay, she's getting on the train, and I'm getting off the train.
She's gonna be the one that saves her grandma. The trail of stars was actually her the whole time.
Oh.
And but don't forget the worst part of this whole episode. The worst part of this entire series
What is
is
it?
the Department of Damage Control.
Oh, yeah, we have
the
a cutaway to
cartoon
that.
fucking bad guys who are there escorting.
It continues.
Extra
The one hallway that
dimensional-
they found. That fucking hallway that they show all the fucking time. It's like the budget. I don't know where the budget went for this.
And so they're transporting extra dimensional bad guys that are
Bees
pretty
with
much
powers.
super soldiers with powers and 2 inept guards, and then
The
it's
thing is,
fucking dumb
they have handcuffs on a fucking pipe. that
rail
any-
system or something.
What? What is?
But
this
what if they're
stupid
really
shit?
short? I
Exactly.
don't know. It's this whole thing is
Their legs would be dangling.
Yeah,
and they'd push them along.
yeah, they get a little something. It's cartoon bad
Film
guys.
poorly.
Yeah.
The action choreography not that great here, and I think it's turning more into a family sitcom than what I showed up for, which is a superhero origin story.
Yeah.
And they're leaning hard into that, and it's losing me. It's turning into the worst elements of Superman and Lois. And there are good elements to Superman and Lois, and there are bad ones, and this is kind of the bad ones. Let's go final verdicts, and then we'll dive into the details of the episode and what exactly we had problems with.
I was gonna give this average. I watched this twice, and so after watching
Yeah.
it the second time, I'm actually gonna say that this is a below average episode as far as like terms of TV and things in the Marvel universe. Like this stuff it was reminding me of some like the hokiest shit in Hawkeye with some of the action sequences. That no, I think that the car sequence wasn't great, but it wasn't awful. But the hallway scene with the clandestine,
That was awful.
It was just
That was-
awful. It's
yeah.
absolutely terrible. We have a
Chase
third-
sequence was better,
We
you're
have a
right.
third love interest in the 4th episode and then like we've abandoned some of the other characters that we're building up to, and
It's like, stop it.
we introduced one cool character that
I
I
thought
liked.
we're being progressive. We don't need to fucking tie her to a bunch of men. Like, shut up.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Everyone's in love with her. It's like
God
fucking
damn it.
Horizon Zero Dawn
Let's
again.
do 1 or 2 love interests.
Yeah.
We don't need 5.
Everyone loves her. And then they introduced one cool character and they killed him, and I liked him.
Yeah.
And then it's like fuck.
I
can we just have
knew,
more of that
I
guy
knew you
back?
would like that guy, and then he's dead. I'm like,
And
oh,
he's
great.
dead. Great.
Wonderful.
Fuck. Okay. Cool.
He's the leader of the Red Daggers, which... Okay, anyway,
Oh.
so let's...
I'm gonna go. It's below average. I'm gonna say it's a 4.
Oh, shit, I didn't expect that. I was kind of between, 5, 6, 7. I can see all
Whoa.
those. There's no way this is a 9. I just, it's losing me here. You're doing a superhero origin story, but you're also doing a multi-country, generational thing. And I get it. I mean, that's the purpose of it. And you're linking all 3 generations together, but none of it for me is working. None of it is compelling because you've made up a completely unique set of powers in this bracelet. And I don't like any of it. I don't like her new powers. I don't like her bracelet. I don't care where the powers came from. I care about how it fits into the MCU. I care about how Kamala is developing as a person. And you can do that without, all the side story and throwing in new characters more than halfway into the series. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is a six episode series. We're on episode 4, and we're introducing new characters.
We've abandoned the dad, who I like. We've abandoned Bruno, who I like, and then we've abandoned the other friend, who's okay.
And I've seen scenes, I think, from the trailer that she's still in Pakistan. Is episode 5. It's like, bro, like the pacing issues. Get back to where we need to get back to. Okay. Anyways, so I am going to. Some of it is filmed competently. There's good acting in it, and I can see it being good for other people, just not for me. So I'm gonna go with a 6 out of 10. I'll say it's slightly. No, I don't.
Do you think it's slightly above average?
No. I could maybe for somebody else, but not for me. You know what I mean? Because. I don't care about the family sitcom show that it's trying to do, and this leaned heavily into that.
So
I'm going with 5 out of
There's
10.
a scene in here, and there's Sassy Grandma, and I kind of like Sassy Grandma.
No, Sassy Grandma's fine.
But Sassy Grandma's sitting there with Dumb Daughter. Dumb Daughter leaves, and then Sassy Grandma's like, "Oh, you had all your crazy theories." It's like, bitch, 5 years. Half the planet was snapped away for 5 fucking years. We know that Thor exists.
Not
we
only
know that
that
Hulk exists.
Yep.
We know that a man can go really big and really small. Grimace showed up and killed people.
Dumb idiot.
And it's like,
not only that, but her family is legitimately confirmed to be jinns.
Yeah.
It's I guess she doesn't know
she
that
doesn't
yet.
know,
She
but she's
doesn't
like, you have crazy theories. It's like half the Earth was snapped away for 5
know
years.
that her
Shut the
grandma's
fuck
right.
up. There's a giant robot monster stuck in the ice, and it's just sitting there.
Exactly.
And everyone in the Marvel universe acts like they're in this universe. You're not. You're in the Marvel fucking universe.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, she would have identified with her mother, and the
shit,
point
you
of
were
that
crazy.
was I needed a mother, instead of stories. It's like I don't care.
But you were right the whole time.
And you were right the whole time.
She had a great little dad joke where she called it genetics. I think it was genetics.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think she meant it to be that way. It's like, I like that.
Oh.
That's a solid dad
That's
joke
clever.
from Grandma.
All right, so jumping into the details of the episode, Kamala is on a plane to Pakistan. She meets her cousins and Nani, who we like. We like Nani.
Sassy
we see
grandma.
a picture of Ani or Ami, so now we got Nani, Ani, and Ami and Kamala, and she talks with Nani for guidance. So that's, she meets her in person. She confirms that she's a jinn, and I'm like, well, how does that work? I don't know. It's not really said. So her mom is a jinn too? Or the Jinn powers only activate every 3 generations? Or I guess some blood works. I don't know. It's just combed over. It's moved over. Why isn't her mom? If her mom put on the bracelet, will she have powers? I don't know.
No.
Maybe. Why not?
Because Kamala is special because the show tells you.
Okay. It just feels forced to me. Because they made up all of this for this particular version of the character instead of the comic book version. But okay. They go to, Pakistan, and their mom is like, get out of the room because the point was to visit with family. It's like, okay.
You dragged me here.
Yeah.
It's an expensive flight. It's a long fucking flight. You told me to come.
Yeah.
You're going to go do stuff.
Yeah. So they go out into the market, and they play some contemporary cultural music, which is cool to listen to. I don't ever remember thinking I've seen a show where Pakistan is depicted, at least not a modern version of Pakistan. So I don't know if any of it is accurate or dolled up or whatnot.
I think that's Bangkok, though.
Because I haven't seen that outside of, I don't know, a documentary. So it's interesting to look at from a different thing. The food, she eats a particular, looks like a dessert, and she's like, oh, this is awful. But then there was another thing that she really liked at the end. What was that called? Biryani. So they do a lot of the culture. They do a lot of the food. And
she doesn't
I
like
get
spicy
it.
things.
I get it. Which is right. I'm a Puerto Rican, and I don't really eat a lot of beans. So I'm Kamala just from a Puerto Rican standpoint.
Do you like the fact that her family's like fucking rich and they're at a yacht club and stuff?
Yeah.
That kind of bothered me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because her
and
mom
that brings up some other issues.
Because her mom earlier was like, we had to scratch and we didn't know how our future, and you find out she's like Batman rich in Karachi. It's like,
yeah.
Wait, you're at a yacht club eating lunch?
And then in the episode, she's like, I'm thinking about taking you to America. It's like,
Yeah.
but she's rich over here. And then you just finished saying that America sucks because they treat you like you thought the American dream was going to be there for you, but then it wasn't. But you had a good life here. So I don't know what's going on there.
The neighbors were mean to her because
right,
she lived in her rich...
Because her mom would come up with crazy
stuff.
theories, which are fucking true because in the Marvel Universe, there's shit going down all over the place.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then here's what bothers me. So then she puts on her mask. But then the second she puts on her mask, then that's when a Pakistani ninja shows up out of nowhere.
He'd been following her the whole time.
Are you serious?
He'd been following her the whole time.
You put on the mask, and now it's time to write the action scene.
Yeah.
And then the action scene happens. Just in all of Pakistan, they figured out where she was, apparently. Or no, the Red Dagger headquarters had always been in the same city that her family lives in. So anyway, he throws a few daggers at her, almost killing her, and they almost kill each other. And they use her powers again. I don't like her powers. They kind of look bad, in my opinion. But it turns out they're not. I knew the second they were doing the thing and the way they were filming him and the way she's looking at him, and I was like, ugh. And then when he said, "Come with me if you want to live," like a Terminator, and I was like, God damn it! All right. Fourth love interest, third love interest. Then they go to the Red Dagger hideout. So then that's where they show off. We get, their descendants of Aisha and the great. And then she tells the story. And it's the exposition dump, basically, and the context. And they say the bracelets, or the bracers, what do they call? Bangle says, what you seek is seeking you. How profound. What you seek is seeking you.
Sounds like something the Sphinx from Mystery Men would say.
That'll definitely play in later.
Yeah.
And then we get the goddamn cut to the DDC, this
Awful.
Supermax prison. They literally had the gall to name it a Supermax prison. And the next scene is them walking through a piece of shit corridor.
No alarms.
With piece of shit.
No cameras.
No cameras. Yeah. Supermax.
So if you don't know what Supermax is, super maximum security prison for superhumans and like things like that, and that's
so
what that
stupid.
means.
So this kind of ruins it, and of course the Jinn escape because we gotta have those bad guys, which I don't care about. And Cameron in the fight gets hit. Cameron gets hit with a wacky, the fucking noodle guns that they got. Mm-hmm. The fucking ring guns. He gets hit, and his family's like, no, leave him behind. He made his choice. And he's like, oh, man, Mom. And that's that. So you've got that conflict. He can now officially join Kamala's team. Yeah. But then he's going to show up right at the moment. He's like, I can finally be on your team. And then he's going to see her with the other guy. He's going to be like, oh, man, just like the last episode when fucking Bruno came in and he's all over, oh, man.
So there's a Jinn hunter, there's the Jinn, and they're setting up all sorts of, like, dude conflict coming up.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be another
Triangle.
dude. There's got to be another dude that falls in love with her in the next episode, too.
Dude?
Maybe another woman.
They've already,
maybe. Again, they're setting her up exactly like Aloy, where it's just like, oh, if you see this person, you immediately get horny for them for no reason.
Then we have another talk on the rooftops with Nani and Kamala. It's, the CGI is not that great here. You can tell it was on a studio. And it's losing me. I get it. We already had that scene for inspiration, for guidance. We have it again. And then we do a guitar around the campfire, riverbed at night with the sloth baby. And they kind of let go of the stylistic things that they had at the beginning, the stuff that reminds me of Spider-Man. There was one in here. It was like a text in the sky, but it feels like they're kind of abandoning that otherwise. Anyways, they eat this dish. She realizes she likes it, and she's connecting with her culture is the whole point.
There's no way
This is the whole point of it.
that she's not eaten that once a month for her entire life, period.
Because it's that good.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like you go to any Pakistani place, and they serve biryani. Every
Have
place.
you been to Pakistan?
No, but I grew up with a bunch of dudes from like that area. So
she would have already
Pakistan
known
and
what it
Punjabis
is
and-
if she's legit. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But the whole point is she's been disconnected with her culture, and this episode connects her. Cut to her mom and grandmother massage scene. I'm watching Kamala's mother massaging her mother's leg, and she offers to bring her to. I get it. We're character building here, but I don't care. This is too many generations removed from me, and it lost me. And then that's when she says some dumbass things. It's like, you cling to your theories. But all of her theories were right. And why are you... Exactly.
And provably so, because the whole world has been turned upside down nonstop for the last 20 years.
She offers to bring her to America, which I suspect is the point of the scene, and maybe the grandma Nani will show up at the end, and they'll all be a happy family in America. So you continue. So anyways, Kamala then comes home, and she, while they're having that scene, they talk.
And she eats a toffee for the first time in her
Yeah.
whole life.
Again,
her mother's favorite candy.
You've lost me.
I
don't care. Back at Red Dagger's headquarters, they give her new thread, or she shows up at the Red Dagger headquarters, in which they give her new threads, and they say, you may have fancy armor, but this has, ancestor stuffed, and then they're attacked.
Yeah.
And then we get basically a chase sequence. We're shown how badass the leader of the Red Daggers is, and he's a cool looking guy. I want to know more about this guy. So the characters I want to know more about, they kill this guy instantly. He gets killed by, I guess, the mom. Ani, the mom of the Dick Jims. Yeah, Cameron's mom. And they just kind of fucking leave his body. They don't go help him.
Well, he did.
I know. They fucking explode a barrel filled with, I don't know,
explosions,
toxic waste. I don't know. They earn maybe hot oil. And then we get the chase sequence where Kamala's using her powers. We get this funny little van that's very colorful. It's very colorful. I'll say that. And but again, I don't care about the villains. I don't care about the Jinn, and what's happening here has no tension for me. It's just like, yeah, get through this. Then I think her new boyfriend kills a guy, which pisses off the Jinn mother leader.
The Jinn are surprisingly easy to kill, apparently, if they're actually dead, because they get stabbed and they fall over. Are they dead?
And then so she gets so pissed off that she stabs at Kamala, and Kamala this time doesn't use the mystic or the cosmic blocks that she's been using this whole fucking time. She allows the dagger to make contact with the bracelet, which then triggers a time jump, and she falls into the train tracks that they've been alluding to for the past 2 episodes, and
she's gonna become her own grandma, like Fry.
Yeah, it's just too much of the fish out of water. It's just too much of a lack of agency for Kamala. She's just there, and things are happening to her, and she's the chosen one and the special one because of, I don't know, her blood or descendants, and I care about her immediate family. I don't care about her cousins or the Red Daggers or the fucking, this. We need to bring the scope back to, the origin story and back into the United States and resolve some of those storylines. But now we're going even deeper. We did a time jump to 1914, or whenever we had that break with India, and we are in a train station where there's tons and tons of people attempting to board like 3 trains, and she just oversees it all, and then we smash to black. So next episode we're going to get a time travel adventure.
She'll find where, figure out where her own grandma, because she disappeared. We don't know where she went.
Where the original owner of the original, not the owner, but one of the users of the bracelet, her descendant Aisha, we'll get that. But like at this point, I don't care.
Well, so like for me, I know Kamala, and I think that there's charm to that character in reference to other heroes, right? She is the audience's, she's the, like the stand-in, and you get to see a little kid sitting next to Hulk going, oh my God, that fucking Hulk, and she's excited.
I was hoping to see that in live action.
That's kind of interesting. And then now we've removed her from the superheroes, and then now we've removed her from the setting that we established the series in. We've removed her from the cast of characters, and now we've removed her from the time period. And so it's just like, how many steps away from where I think the character has charm can we go before I just start going, this isn't for me to this is not good television.
Nah, and then again, we're talking, the bucket's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and more niche and more niche. And at this point, like, you've squeezed me to the point where I just don't care. And I'm hoping that the story gets back on track and gets back to the MCU.
In
and we'll
2
see.
episodes, it's gonna be.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be tough.
Anyways, that's our opinion on this one. A little bit of a misstep for us, and it's starting to get a little convoluted now, and starting to lack the tension. And like I said, I don't care. So hopefully, but who knows? That's just my opinion. Let us know. What did you think of this episode? Was it the best so far? And are you interested at this point, or are you like us and you're hoping that the story comes back? All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. We shall see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.